Thousands of Hollywood writers go on strike. Reezal Merican appointed new MATRADE chairman, and Sarawak deploying drones to seed rain. Those are the headlines for tonight. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. I'm Shura Abang Mansoor and you're watching TVS Nightline. Hollywood is in turmoil as the Writers Guild of America, WGA, calls for a strike impacting thousands of film and television writers. The union is demanding higher pay from major studios such as Walt Disney Corporation and Netflix Incorporated.
The strike comes at a difficult time for the industry as it struggles with declining television ad revenue and pressure from Wall Street to make streaming services profitable. This marks the first work stoppage for the WGA in 15 years and could potentially disrupt TV production and delay the autumn TV season. Late-night talk shows such as Jimmy Kimmel Live will immediately start airing reruns as they rely on teams of writers to pen topical jokes for same-day broadcasts. The last WGA strike in 2007-2008 lasted 100 days and cost the California economy an estimated $2.1 billion or 9.3 million ringgit. Writers are willing to walk off the job due to the difficulty of earning a living in expensive cities such as New York and Los Angeles, and also want safeguards to prevent studios from using AI to generate new scripts from their previous work.
Dato' Seri Reezal Merican has been appointed the 9th chairman of the Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE. Reezal, a former minister with an extensive track record in government service, will now be responsible for leading the country's national trade promotion agenda and facilitating export-oriented investments into the country. MATRADE said that Reezal Merican's appointment will contribute to the growth and diversification of Malaysia's exports in new and existing global markets. MATRADE is an agency under the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry and executes two core activities: exporters development and export promotion. Sarawak will deploy the use of drone technology to monitor the persisting dry spell to embalm the state. Sarawak Disaster Management Committee SDMC Chairman Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Ambas said this is in addition to monitoring done by the Fire and Rescue Department, Bomba and Rela volunteers to beef up its fire preventing effort.
With all the preparedness dengan menggunakan the latest technology, one of the very helpful equipment yang kita guna pakai adalah drone. Drone not only flying over the area, tapi juga dapat bersuara untuk memberi amaran kepada siapa yang salah untuk membakar dalam kawasan-kawasan tersebut. So with all this equipment and so on, we also have put two or three outposts in a strategic area where we place our RELA officers to monitor at close range usaha-usaha yang mungkin cuba nak buat kebakaran di tempat tertentu. And then Bomba was also taking part. And our menara, our tower is now being manned by RELA. So in terms of preparedness, I see that we are very, very prepared to face whatever the eventuality for this year.
Uga, who is also the Deputy Premier, was met by reporters after chairing the MIRI Division Disaster Management Committee's dry season preparations and hotspot monitoring at the MIRI Residence Office on Tuesday. On the prolonged period of hot weather affecting the state, Uga said the state government will consider cloud seeding method if deemed necessary.
Meanwhile, the construction of the 116.5 million ringgit MATRADE bridge project is now 2% ahead of schedule. The bridge, which spans the Batang Baram River, was formerly categorized as a SIG project, is now seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with a new deadline of October 2025.
Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Amba stressed that the project is 2% or 12 days ahead of schedule. In October 2022, the state government appointed a rescue contractor to take over the project. Uga, who is also the Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development, when visiting the site on Tuesday, said he is pleased with positive progress and is confident the company would deliver based on the machinery and workers they have on site. When completed, the 650-meter-long bridge will feature a 2-lane single carriageway.
The career advancements are a testament to women's empowerment in the education ecosystem in Sarawak in progressing to holding key position in the field.
I must say that women's education and empowerment, like Dr. Sri Fatima said, has come a long way, but the best is yet to come. You know, it has definitely come a long way, and I think it's a matter of time before the DG, the KSU, now the ministers are women, and all will be truly shows that that's what I mean by the best is yet to come.
Women have also shown the ability to hold strategic positions in university administration while excelling in their respective fields, highlighting the importance of academics in producing graduates in contributing back to the country's development.
Academia is indeed plays such a critical role for the development of a country, you know, because we have to move on and the value change. And we know that the higher learning institution in community producing workforce that can actively participate in the nation building, and the profession being academic is critical in that they are producing graduates who will contribute to the economic developments and social responsibility at all aspects, the social, the economic benefits that can lead to improvement in living standards of the individual and the society that we live in.
He said this at the book launch of Women Practicing Resilience, Self-Care and Well-Being in Academia, International Stories from Lived Experiences. The book focuses on how women in the academic field overcome various challenges in their careers, as well as practical strategies to maintain self-care and well-being.
Sarawak is blessed with rich biodiversity and abundant natural resources. However, as she strives towards sustainability and renewable supply of raw materials, it aims to achieve 1 million hectares of planted forests by 2025. To this, industry players are urged to capitalize on timber from planted forests to produce high value-added products such as engineered wood, panels and furniture.
Sarawak Timber Industry Development Corporation, STIDC, said the timber industry is a mainstay of the state's economy, generating 8 billion ringgit export earnings annually. Thus, it must be developed in a sustainable manner. It added the development of planted forests must be enhanced to produce high yield and good quality timber to accelerate growth for the domestic downstream timber industry. Currently, there are 50 active licensed for planted forest areas with a gross area of approximately 2.89 million hectares throughout the state, with 566,083 hectares already planted with trees as of December 2022. Moving forward, it will also be used to produce engineered wood, including LVL, CLT, and glulam, and other panel products such as oriented strand board and chipboard. In addition, it said that all long-term timber licenses in Sarawak will be fully certified by 2025 to comply with sustainable forest management systems in accordance with the state's government aspiration to encourage LPF owners to certify their forest plantations as part of forest management systems.
As Sarawakians, we pride ourselves in diversity, showcasing the spirit of unity in apparent spectrums of arts, culture and heritage. In addition to having its own identity, the state also has the potential to explore the amalgamation of indigenous cultures. As such, Business Event Sarawak Strategic Communications Manager, Rose Bruce, is of the opinion that Sarawak should be a pioneer to promote social and art sustainability across the globe.
People will know Sarawak as the place of culture. We've got the Bidayuh, the Iban, the Orang Ulu. We've got all these food to showcase this hospitality. So why not? I think it's a very good collaboration if we can. And I don't think that, for me, if you can have a convention, let's say a small-scale convention where we bring in different cultures, not just Sabah and Sarawak, but you can bring other West Malaysian cultures or even Indonesian cultures, and you share that. And then on that conference, for example, or that convention, you show all the dances. You talk about how the dance has evolved from A to B and how we can continue from now onwards so that we can preserve the culture and heritage. It's a really good platform. That's what we do as business events.
She also added that as Sarawak is often associated with traditional arts and culture events, promising a massive turnout in its events. In the long term, it will also attract a pool of international stakeholders with a similar interest to create a global presence besides creating opportunities.
But then eventually people will start to associate Sarawak with traditional arts events. You're going to open up more opportunities for people. You're going to have all these cultural dance and arts associations coming in and more involved in preserving their art. And then eventually experts from around the world, they're going to think, oh, Sarawak is doing this. Like, I want to do something in Sarawak with these people too. So it's more like a long-term plan in order to grow Sarawak as also a cultural art. That is actually part of our mission as well. It's to promote social and cultural sustainability. So it goes beyond just providing jobs for the local people.
However, Rose also said that the cultural license serve as a bridge between communities and the commercial potentials, adding that both Bornean states, Sabah and Sarawak, need to merge in promoting their respective cultures in accommodating each other to progress further in its promotion.
How it's going to help out with this social and cultural sustainability is that you need to create that awareness. And at the moment, it's just very much your own event, inviting your own group of people. But if you opened up a much bigger event that would invite nationals, West Malaysians and Sabahans, you're inviting internationals who have an interest in culture and arts and heritage. You're opening up a much wider network of people. And perhaps one day we're going to attract an international convention planner who says, you've got so many great things going on here. Why not do it in Sarawak, since they have how many ethnicities going on? So that is our thing. We want to open up more opportunities by allowing people to host events that would invite internationals to see what you can do. This is where you're not just reaching out to your own community, you're reaching out to other communities. Yeah. Because they're very strong in culture too. So if you merge them together, you may not be selling Sarawak indirectly, but you can definitely sell Sarawak in a way, because we became the destination. Eventually, let's say that Kuching is the host city, or host city for this cultural arts convention, right? And it's like Kuching Association in collaboration with Sabah Association. And the thing is, you're merging the two things together. Now you cannot do things alone. You cannot just, Sarawak, Sabah, Sabah. Like, you do need each other to uplift the destination.
The Sarawak government's intention to establish its own commercial bank marks a significant milestone in the state's financial landscape. A survey was conducted by TVS to gather the opinions of local residents on the benefits of the establishment.
Mahathir Mahrin from Laos said the facility would provide better financial aid for business purposes.
Kami tu sebagai usahawan, mun ada bank di Sarawak tu pun macam mana Premier Sarawak kita madah nak, yang salah satu daripada mercu kejayaan lah bagi Sarawak, bagi kami, dan satu kemajuan yang akan menjadi tongkat ataupun tanjung kepada generasi-generasi yang akan datang untuk jadikan Sarawak itu lebih berdaya saing daripada negeri-negeri lain. Untuk sebagai peniaga, kami tu usahawan juga, tapi ialah kami diam di lawas. Selalunya ada kes-kes masalah, contohnya orang batu bank panjang gila, pasal orang menguruskan dengan urusan dalam bank pun kena buat appointment apa semua, tunggu gila lama. Ni tahu mun ada bank Sarawak tu kelak di ada dekat lawas kelak yang memudahkan orang lain juga. Ya berkaitan dengan menolong usahawan tu biasanya tidak dapat buat loan lah secara mudah dengan bank Sarawak tu juga. Munda Sarawak atau ada bank di pun yang maulah loan Sarawak, insyaAllah dipermudahkan mudahan juga lah commercial bank komersial Sarawak tu si tinggi interest juga.
Nur Shahidatul Fatiha also supported the proposal and added that not only the banking facility would ease future transaction but also create more job opportunities.
Bagi kami nyokonglah apa-apa pun yang Premier Sarawak kita pola, di mana memang sepatutnya kita ada bank komersial kita pun lah pakai mudah. Pertama, beri fasiliti lah dengan kawasan-kawasan luar bandar dan juga kawasan Kuching di Impun, di mana pakai mudah tidak penduduk-penduduk di Sarawak tu nak ngeluar duit tapi semualah, especially di kawasan pendalaman. Yang kedua, bila nak nama bank tu buka mudah kita nak maulah bank komersial kita pun hopefully nya cover the whole of Sarawak pun area lah. Jadi this year bila nya ditubuhkan tentu memerlukan tenaga pekerja. So hopefully dapat membantu rakyat Sarawak kita tu, macam youth tu kita tu banyak graduan universiti daripada accounting, daripada finance semua keluar. Hopefully sedaknya orang dapat pekerjaannya lah dan dapat membantu dari segi ekonomi rakyat Sarawak sendiri.
Muizzuddin Mahzuz, a private sector employee, hopes that the commercial bank can assist those who face financial difficulties, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs.
Memudahkan sidak peniaga kecil lah dekat Sarawak tu untuk mengolah pinjaman dan sebagainya. Seperti yang kita tahu, macam peniaga bilanya mau buka bisnes macam startup ke apa, benda yang agak rumit lah untuk pola pinjaman dekat bank biasa. Jadi harap dengan adanya orang madah bank Sarawak di pun tu, peminjam bank lebih mudah untuk memberi pinjaman lah kepada peniaga kecil dan sederhana. Harapan kami so that dengan adanya penubuhan tu, senanglah sidak peniaga ke ataupun siapa-siapa je lah spesifik peniaga, macam orang yang teknya mau dalam kesusahan ke, contoh teknya tiba-tiba sakit jantung dan sebagainya, pola pinjaman bank dan sebagainya mudah lah sebab since bank tu ditubuhkan oleh negeri Sarawak. Jadi harap pihak bank negeri Sarawak tu memudahkan peminjam lah untuk.
Previously, Premier of Sarawak Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Jaharuddin Oping stated that the establishment of the commercial bank would be carried out by this year.
Coming up right after the break, Anwar proclaimed as Scout President and Muslim Mayor barred from White House Eid celebration. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim was today proclaimed as President Agong or President of the Malaysian Scouts Association. Acting National Chief Scout cum National Chief Scout Commissioner Major General Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Zain Bidin made the proclamation at the Prime Minister's office earlier today.
At the same event, Anwar was also conferred the association's highest award, the Anugerah Bintang Semangat Padi Emas. It is an exclusive award bestowed only on national and state leaders.
Dan semoga dengan pelantikan Perdana Menteri, kita akan dapat menarik ahli-ahli muda di peringkat sekolah, kolej dan universiti untuk menyertai Persekutuan Pengangkat Malaysia.
Also present were National Scout Council Deputy President Dato' Ahmad Shazili Ismail Bakti and Treasurer Tan Sri Abdullah Taib.
The main objective of Malaysian contingent for the 2023 Cambodia SEAS Games is to give exposure to young and backup athletes. Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh said it is to ensure that the country does not lack young talent to perform at a high level from now on.
She said this at the press conference on contribution and allocations under her ministry today. She also confident that the athletes are able to achieve the target of 40 gold, 37 silver and 64 bronze medals that she announced on Sunday. Malaysia is represented by 676 athletes, with 440 of them making their debut at the biennial games, will compete in 34 out of 36 sports contested in Cambodia. The 2023 SEA Games are scheduled to take place on May 5th, but some competitions have already started.
The International Monetary Fund, IMF, raised Asia's economic forecast on Tuesday, driven by China's reopening. It projected the Asia-Pacific region's economy to grow by 4.6% in 2023, up from 3.8% increase last year. However, it warned of risks from persistent inflation and global market volatility driven by Western banking sector woes.
The region will contribute around 70% of global growth this year. But the IMF cut next year's Asian growth forecast by 0.2 of a point to 4.4% and warned of risks to the outlook, such as inflation and a slowing global demand.
Global inflation is easing, but remains stubbornly high, and banking strains in the US and Europe have injected greater uncertainty into an already complex landscape. But against the somber backdrop of a challenging year for the world economy, Asia and Pacific remains a dynamic.
China and India will be key drivers with an expansion of 5.2% and 5.9% respectively, though growth in the rest of Asia is also expected to bottom out in 2023. The IMF also urged central banks in Asia, excluding Japan and China, to keep monetary policy tight to bring down inflation, which could remain stubbornly high due in part to robust domestic demand. Earlier, the latest Chief Economist Outlook report, released by the World Economic Forum WEF, revealed that economists expect both growth and inflation dynamics to vary widely across regions. Similarly, WEF said the most buoyant activity is expected in Asia, with China's reopening expected to drive a significant rebound for the country and to bolster activity across the continent. AM.
Thank you for staying with TVS Nightline. The United States Secret Service barred a Muslim mayor from New Jersey, Muhammad T. Khairullah, from attending a White House celebration with President Joe Biden at an annual Eid al-Fitr celebration. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE-NJ, New Jersey chapter released a statement condemning the action taken by the organization.
According to Washington Post, Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi confirmed that the Muslim mayor was indeed denied entry to the White House premises. During the event, President Joe Biden said in his speech, highlighted the long-standing presence of Muslims in the United States, stating that they have been part of the country since its inception. He also acknowledged and emphasized that 3.5 million Muslims in the United States are all united as Americans. However, the action of the Secret Service somehow undermines and contradicts the message of inclusivity and acceptance that Biden has promoted, as it highlights the ongoing issues of discrimination and profiling faced by the Muslim Americans.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Met, in New York is celebrating both the work and the life of late fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld. Pieces from the famous designer make up this year's exhibit for the museum's Costume Institute. The event gathers megastars from fashion, film and music in a star-studded event, arriving in extravagant outfits.
Instantly recognizable in his dark suit, ponytailed white hair and sunglasses look, Lagerfeld was at the helm of some of the brightest named fashion houses in the world, including Chanel and Fendi.
I think that he was a polymath designer, so he was a publisher, a writer, a photographer, a designer, collector, a connoisseur. He was also a total designer who created everything. And I think ultimately he was this sort of fashion designer impresario that created this blueprint where he merged art and commerce together.
Dressed in a black and white long sleeve off-the-shoulder gown, Malaysian Oscar award-winning actress Tan Sri Michelle Yeoh described the late fashion designer as an inspiration to all aspiring artists.
Well, I think it's very special because, it's an homage to Karl Lagerfeld, and he's such an inspiration to so many of us, especially as an artist, someone who's always innovative, creative, and exciting.
Born in Hamburg in 1933, Lagerfeld made his debut with designer Pierre Balmain as an apprentice. It was after he joined French fashion house Chanel in 1983 that Lagerfeld gained star status, credited with helping jazz up the label founded by Coco Chanel in 1910 and attracting younger clients. He was known for staging lavish shows, building Chanel catwalks amid replicas of a supermarket, casino, and even an airport terminal.
And that wraps it up for TVS Nightline. I'm Shira Abang Mansur. Thank you for watching.